4 reasons why your girlfriend's past bothers you. Welcome back to another video. My name is Matt, and I help people overcome retroactive jealousy. In this video, I want to talk to you about 4 reasons why your girlfriend's past might be bothering you. In fact, is bothering you, especially if you're having obsessive thoughts about it, meaning can't stop thinking about it. The thoughts keep coming and coming and coming over and over and over again. I know exactly how that feels. I suffered from this for more than 13 years of my life, and these are 4 things that I discovered along my path and along my journey of overcoming my girlfriend's past, who is now who became my fiance and is now my wife. So I was able to overcome it. You're able to overcome it too. So stick around and hear these 4 reasons. I think they'll be very, very beneficial for you. Before we get started though, if you could take a quick moment and smash the like button, that'll activate YouTube's algorithm and get this video out to more people that need to see it. So I'd greatly, greatly appreciate it. And of course, if you want some more help in overcoming this condition known as retroactive jealousy, before you go today, check out the links in the description below. Enroll in any of my retroactive jealousy courses and you'll get my personal email address absolutely free. I'll be there to help you out every step of the way in overcoming this condition. You absolutely have what it takes. Okay, are you ready? The first reason why your girlfriend's past bothers you is you have low self-esteem. And this is very hard for a lot of people to hear because nobody likes to be told they have low self-esteem or a lack of self-confidence. But this has very much to do, if your girlfriend's past bothers you in some way or shape or form, is because of the feelings you have and hear about yourself. You might very well feel inferior to others. Okay, that is a lack of self-esteem. You might care too much what others think about you. You might want to be well-liked. You might want all these things, and these things are all aspects of low self-esteem. This was something that I went through a lot. I had low self-esteem throughout my whole life, and that manifested into having retroactive jealousy. I was just, excuse me, very concerned with how people saw me. I was very concerned with what my partner's exes or ex-flings would think about me and laugh at me, thinking that, you know, I was with them, but they had already been there, done that, and all these things. And again, I just wanted everybody to like me. I thought, you know, yeah, I had to do certain things, you know, people please or please certain people and all this stuff. And all this stuff has to do with a lack of self-esteem. You know, that voice in your head that says you're not good enough, the voice in your head that says you can't do that, the voice in your head says this is all you're going to be able to do. That thing is toxic, right? It manifests and turns into things like general jealousy and retroactive jealousy, where we're bothered by our girlfriend's past or our partner's past, whatever the case is. So it's very important to recognize that, you know, take that initiative to recognize that, hey, you know, this is an internal thing having to do with me. And it's something I need to work on. And it's very appropriate to sit down, have some time for yourself and sit down and write down, what is it about myself that I might not like about myself, that I might feel inferior to others about myself? You know, is it maybe some things about the way I look, how much I weigh, maybe just a lack of exercise, maybe my diet's not in check, maybe I'm about the amount of money and stuff that I have, I'm not satisfied with it. Really write those things down and really kind of get to the bottom of, you know, why you're feeling this way around those things. And if it's something that you can actually change, start changing it, right? Start smashing those insecurities. That's huge when you can really look at that and just start smashing the insecurities and building up the self-esteem, building up the self-confidence, right? If you're, you know, concerned, you think you don't have enough money or whatever the case is, you know, see if there's a way that you can generate more, whether that's through, you know, passive income online, whether that's through, you know, a job promotion or a better job, anything like that. You know, so there's those aspects, there's the external aspects, but there's also the internal ones, you know, beliefs about money, beliefs about self-esteem and these things that we can start to detach ourselves from, labels and judgments and those sort of things. So there's many ways that you can, you know, attack those self-esteem issues and overcome those things. But that's one very, very key factor, is a lack of confidence, lack of self-esteem, lack of self-love. If you can't look in yourself in the mirror and say, I love you, you know, then you know that there's work to do. I suffered for that many years. I would be embarrassed to look at myself and say, I love you, you're awesome, you're amazing, I care for you. Yeah, I'd be embarrassed. Is anybody watching me as I say this, right? Again, caring too much what others think, caring about all that stuff. But when you can literally look at yourself and say, I love you, when you can literally come to terms with the idea that confidence and self-esteem is not everybody's going to like me, it's I don't care if people like me or not, that's when, you know, you unlock the doors to your true and full potential. And that's when these thoughts about your partner's past, your girlfriend's past relationships, past sexual encounters, even if it was 500 people, it doesn't matter. It's going to matter less and less and less to you, because you're so built up in here that nothing, doesn't matter what it is on the outside, can change that. Like I've told in past videos, I've known people who have gotten married to ex-porn stars and people like that, that have literally have had sex with millions of people, right? People that used to do it for money, right? And they don't have retroactive jealousy. They're not bothered by their girlfriend's past. They're not bothered by those things. They're just built up, have a lot of self-confidence, and they could care less. They're very in the moment right now with their partner, and the past is the past. They know it's merely a memory, and a false memory at that, because again, for us, we're just hearing about it and creating our own imaginal storyline in our head. We don't really know what happened or what it looked like or what was there. So again, it's all imaginative in that case. But when you're built up on that self-esteem and that confidence, the outside circumstances and things of the past, cool, that was awesome, glad you enjoyed it, but we're together now. Let's you know, share in this completeness that we're feeling and move on from there. So the next one is kind of what we covered a little bit here with self-esteem, but again, that's the fear of rejection. This is why you're bothered by your girlfriend's past. A fear of rejection, maybe a fear of being made fun of. Again, thoughts from our ego not wanting to get damaged in any way. One way or another, us feeling that our partner might leave us for somebody else, and then, we'll be betrayed, we'll be hurt in some way. So it's that fear of rejection, one way or another, that makes us be bothered by our girlfriend's past, especially if they've had many partners in the past, if there's been certain things that they've done. You know, we feel one way or another that we're in danger, that maybe they would go back to that behavior before, or maybe they're not the same person we thought they were, because we had some preconceived notion and we put them on a pedestal, and then we found out the stuff about the partner's past, and we've, you know, judged that, and now all of a sudden we feel like, well, what if they do that to me? What if that's how they truly are, and I'm just somebody that they're just going to throw away to the side, whatever the case is. And again, it's about being made fun of in a way where we feel that we'll be rejected by the people of her past. Somehow they're going to find out that, you know, me and her are together. If it's people you don't know, maybe it's someone you know, but somehow they're going to laugh at me and say, ha, 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 look at Matt, he's with this girl, and that girl's already been with me, and I've been there, done that, and ha, ha, he's going through all these motions, but, you know, I already, whatever, right? We think they're laughing at us. We feel rejected. We feel like we're not fitting in. Again, this is all ego. This is all irrational. Again, we know it's an irrational fear because we cannot die from it. Any fear that we cannot die from is completely irrational, okay? We know that no matter what happens, no matter if someone's laughing at you, no matter if you get hurt, guess what? You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. You're not going to die. Nothing's going to, you'll land on your feet. In the moment, you'll figure things out, and you'll make the most of it. And that's very, very key, is to understand the difference between a rational fear and an irrational fear. Rational fear would be as if you're locked in a room with a hungry animal about to eat you. Your life is on the line, okay? Your life is on the line. You could die. If you're standing on the edge of a cliff, again, you're going to feel rational fear, because if you fall, you're done. Irrational fear is, again, anything that you feel the emotion of fear, but it's not going to kill you. So for instance, singing karaoke in front of your friends or something, you might feel a fear, but can you die of singing karaoke in front of your friends? Can you die of embarrassment? You know, public speaking, can you die if you mess up on your public speaking? You cannot. So all of this is irrational. Same thing with these thoughts of your partner, the fear of rejection. Can you die of rejection? No. Can you die of being laughed at? No. Can you die of being made fun of? No. None of that. Okay, so when we differentiate those things and realize, okay, this fear I'm feeling right now, it's irrational. No matter what happens in my life, no matter what happens in my relationship, no matter what happens in this case that I'm stressed out about and worried about, no matter what happens, I'm going to be okay, because I'm not going to die from it. And when you get that mindset, life becomes limitless, literally limitless. It makes you not be concerned about things that really aren't going to kill you in any way, shape, or form. I know that sounds intense, but it is. It's like filming right now. If you watch my video the other day, you'll know I'm filming in like this kind of little private closet area right now. A lot of people on YouTube probably be like, well, I can't film videos. I can only film in this little closet. I need to have a nice background, a nice this and right. And so they stress themselves out, and so they don't do it. But the problem is filming in a closet is going to kill you. No, it's an irrational fear. Film your video, right? Film your video, get it done. Understand that your message is going to reach people. It will resonate with some, it won't with the other, but that's okay. And that's, you know, part of this idea of overcoming these fears that are irrational. You know, especially with a video like this, putting yourself out there, and, you know, there's going to be people that are going to dislike this video and say, no, it's their partner's fault. I understand that, right? I understand that there's going to be some people that this absolutely resonates with. And my ID is the SWs, I call them. And it says, some will, some won't, so what? So some will enjoy this video, some it'll resonate with them, some won't, some will hate it, some will dislike it. So what? So what? I don't need everybody to like me. You know what I mean? And again, that kind of comes full circle with the self-esteem idea and these irrational fears, bringing them all together. So if you can conquer those things, you're going to get a step further. Your partner's past is going to bother you less and less and less. The third reason why your girlfriend's past bothers you is preconceived labels or judgments that you have placed on what a woman should be. How they should behave, what they should do, that a woman being maybe a little more sexual or, you know, doing what they want to do when they want to do it isn't how they should be. This was a big part of me too, growing up. And I've shared again before that I think part of that was the way I saw my mom. And I always saw my mom, she was always so gentle with me and very caring for me. And I just saw that, my idea is that that's how a woman should be, very pure, very caring. And so that translated into a partner for me. And so whenever I'd meet my girlfriend, whoever it was, and I'd see, oh, they're so nice, they're so pure, they're so wonderful, just like a motherly figure. And then you find out about their past and you go, oh, wait a minute, no, that's all wrong. No, that's not how it should be. And, you know, so on and so forth, right? You know that feeling, I'm guessing, is that when you first got in your relationship, your past did not bother you. It didn't bother you till further on down the line when you started adopting these, when the honeymoon phase wore off and real life started going in. So you have to keep in mind that these are all labels and judgments, okay, that we have decided should be. Again, this is very egoic, but when you strip away everything, the truth is nothing is either good, bad, right, or wrong, okay? I think it's Shakespeare that says nothing is either right or wrong, nothing is either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. So again, we choose what is wrong. Nope, that's bad. Nope, that shouldn't be that way. Nope, that's not how we are choosing a perspective. When really, nothing means anything, right? Nothing is either good, bad, right, or wrong. And in our acceptance that nothing means anything, we can be free to choose whatever we want, to choose a perspective that actually serves us. And if we're not willing to change our perspective on things to allow it to enhance our life and to enhance our relationship, well, what life do we have to live? We're going to continue living based off of everything that's going on outside. Oh, that happened out here, so I'm mad. That happened out here, so I'm depressed. That happened here, so I'm going to sue this person. We see a lot of that, right, in this society, and all the stuff going on with he offended, that offended me, and that offends me, and now I'm sad, and if only that person didn't do that, I'd feel better. And again, we're externalizing our lives that way, and we're reacting to everything and making our emotions flood all over the place, and that's no way to live. That's a fear of living right there. And so we understand that we're able to choose a perspective on all things. Nothing is either good, bad, right, or wrong. We can suspend our judgments. We can let go of the labels too, and decide to choose an empowering perspective on anything. Or we can just choose to, again, not think about something in such a bad way, and not think about something and say that's wrong. You don't even have to choose a perspective per se, or try to make something better. You just say it happened, and that's it, right? You don't have to indulge in thoughts. You don't have to judge something. It happened. Moving on. It happened. Moving on. You don't have to rationalize. You don't have to come to terms. And the more you do that, the freer you become. I think it's Eckhart. Yeah, it is Eckhart Tolle that says, being okay not knowing the answers is crucial for the real answers to come. Being okay not knowing is crucial for the answers to come. Meaning you don't have to figure everything out. And the more you don't need to figure everything out or get to the bottom of it or judge and label and this and that, all the answers you need come to you. And the answers are peace. The answers are satisfaction with your life. Not being bothered by your girlfriend's past. Not caring at all. Understanding it's totally in the past. It totally doesn't matter. You're there with your girlfriend now. Hopefully, to continue on with your life together, to move through your life, to progress in your relationship, and again, to build a better, more solid foundation that hopefully translates into engagement and marriage and kids and family and so on and so forth. So that's very, very key. The fourth reason why your girlfriend's past bothers you is you're suffering from OCD. And that's very, very, again, important to know is this is OCD. If you are really having obsessive thoughts, this is all OCD. And OCD is a condition. It's not you. That's why in my videos, I always say, when you get these thoughts of your partner's past, don't automatically jump on the bandwagon and say, oh my gosh, I'm thinking about this. I'm feeling this way. I'm this, I'm that. No, you should differentiate. This thought, this feeling, it's not me. It's OCD. I don't need to think about it. The more I think about it, the worse I'm going to get. And again, it's the burning up of the old emotion, the burning up of the old feeling. The more you do this, the more you relabel. Not me, it's OCD. Not me, it's OCD when these thoughts continue to come over and over and over again. And remember, relabeling is disabling. We're going to disable the emotion that comes along with these thoughts. And once the emotion is disabled, the thoughts no longer bother us. Because again, it's not the thought that bothers us, it's the emotion that bothers us. We don't like the feeling of the negative emotion. We could care less about the thoughts. It's just the emotion we don't want to come up. So the more we relabel this as OCD, the faster we will overcome the OCD, these obsessive compulsive thoughts, and the better we're going to get, right? And then again, that has to do with not doing the compulsive behaviors as well. And I won't go into detail on that. You can check out all my other videos on the channel about that, or check out the courses on not doing the compulsive behavior. But that's a big reason also you're having trouble with a girlfriend's past, is just these OCD thoughts. You can't get it out of your head. And so how do we get it out of our head? Well, we start relabeling. We start understanding this is not us. This is OCD. We're not going to give power to the OCD thoughts. And the more we do not give the power to the OCD thoughts, the more we expose ourselves to the feeling without judging it, without asking questions, without doing it, we overcome this fear. We overcome this fear. So again, those are the 4 reasons. You'll notice with these 4 reasons, none of them have to do with your girlfriend, right? None of them have to do with the actual number, any of that stuff. And again, as I said before, I've known people that have married porn stars. I've known people that married past sex workers and all these things, who didn't give a blip about the past, okay? Didn't give a blip about the past because they didn't have any of these things. They didn't suffer from any of these things, okay? They weren't judgmental. They didn't put all these labels on it. They had good self-esteem. They had no fear of rejection. They say, well, I love this woman. I love this woman for everything that's happened, and I love them for everything now, right? And they don't allow themselves to get caught up in these OCD thoughts. And again, this is a big thing where a lot of people will say, oh, no, your girlfriend or your wife should be, should have waited for you and have not all done this stuff and da-da-da-da, and everybody suffers from this. And no, not everybody suffers from that. A very small percentage of people suffer from these types of obsessive thoughts with their partners. So very small. Not a lot of people care at all. Not a lot of people care at all. We're a very, very small niche here. And so just understanding that you should know from that point, okay, this is not something natural. This should be natural for me to be bothered by. If this was natural for me to be bothered by, then everybody in the entire world would be. And a vast majority of the population does not care, right? Does not care. And you'll get to that point. But it's about putting in the steps, putting in the hard work every single day. And again, all these things we listed, you don't have to master every single thing to a T. You can start mastering one, and especially if you build up on the self-esteem, that's going to help with the fear of the rejection and the ego and all that stuff. And again, if you start kind of letting go of the labels and things like that, that'll work with the self-esteem as well. And OCD sometimes is in its own separate category to really dominate that. But again, it's a process, putting the process to work every single day. It's uncomfortable to do it, but you break free of this. And once you break free of this, and once you become knowledgeable and aware of what thoughts are and what emotions are, there's nothing you cannot do. Retroactive jealousy, going through these thoughts of my partner's past, was the best thing that's ever happened to me. I suffered for 13 years. It was the best thing that's ever happened, because it revealed to me what thoughts are, what emotions are. It awakened me, right? A lot of people in this world are not awakened. They want to kind of just stay in their shell, blaming the outside world for things. When we can break out of that, we realize we, again, are limitless. We can be, do, or have anything. And it's only irrational fears that hold us back ever from things. And when we think about anything in life that, oh, I'm scared to do that, oh, I don't want to do that, we can ask ourselves, will doing that thing, will it kill you? And when the answer is no, you realize it's irrational, that you can do it. Starting this YouTube channel, starting my business, I would have never thought I'd be doing anything like that. I'm not the type of person that could do that. No way, I'm scared to, no. Rejection, all this, all that. Will it kill me? No. So I did it. And here I am now, thriving from it. And I couldn't be happier. It was the same thing with my relationship, my marriage, thriving. Doesn't get any better than this, folks. So put in the work, and I'm telling you, you will overcome it. And life is so delicious on the other side. Of course, if you want some more help in overcoming retroactive jealousy, overcoming these thoughts of your partner's past, check out the links in the description below. Sign up for any of my courses. I'll throw in my email address absolutely free. I'd like to help you tackle this thing once and for all. We're coming up on the end of the year. Let's start off 2022 with a bang, with you not having these thoughts anymore. Let's do it together. All right, so check those out before you go today. That's it for me for now, everybody. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.